I want to pour this over my head.
Is this the cider festival?
Princess and the Bear here. We're at EPCOT today, but it's time for the Flower and Garden. There are flowers everywhere. The nectar is flowing, and we're going to drink it. #1 choice in foodie infotainment. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. Let's go sip from the tulips today.
Be sure to imbibe safely.
You heard the girl. Here are the Copperpoint Brewing Company's Bees Squeeze Ale. Now, most of the beers or drinks here at the Honey Bee-Stro have honey or some sort of other animal product in it, so none for the princess, more for me. I got a 6 ounce because honestly, I'm not too sure about this one. We'll find out. We'll be together on this. That was a terrible bee pun. I'm not good at bee puns. Well, it's not beneath me. Don't be above me. I'm really terrible at this one. Bit of a dry beer. I'm not really getting anything from it. It's crisp. It's an ale. It's drinkable. It's better than Bud Light, but not really memorable. Memorable. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
The smallest of the smallest IPAs. I am IPA'd out. Oh, that's so bad. It's extra hoppy. I feel like it's a double IPA. It tastes like a double IPA. If you like IPAs, you're gonna like this. If you don't like super hoppy beers, you're gonna hate this. For me, it's a 2 out of 5 beers, but your mileage may vary.
Here we have the Wicked Weed Brewing Perni Haze Hazy IPA. Doubling down on the haze. Hazy enough, like a Florida morning. Wicked Weed. Lots of vegan beers. Weed Festival, Flower and Garden. I suppose it works. It's like licking a bramble of bushes. Like licking a thorn of roses. Licking something with some pokey things on it, but in liquid form. That's not my jam. 1.5 out of 5 plus. But I ordered it, so I'm committing no mistakes, and I gotta drink it.
The returning Playalinda Violet Lemonade Ale. I think it's like the 3rd year that it's been here. It's like the Violet Lemonade, but with hops. Not mad at it. It's consistently tasty. It's like lemonade light. I would give it a 3.75 out of 5 Playalindas.
There was a point where we thought Playalinda beverages were taking over this festival. Now it's just the only one we've seen this time. Not mad at it. I do remember the Violet Lemonade and kind of like that. But cheers to Playalinda, wherever you are. Your message, come back. It's just enough lemonade not to be a shandy, and still highly drinkable. It's crisp, and it's like that sweet without being overly sweet. Still feels very much like a beer. I like it. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Here we have a cucumber watermelon gin drink. I put this one off on purpose because this seems like a lot of flavors. You gotta love cucumber and watermelon to enjoy this. I don't taste the gin at all. It's just very watermelon cucumber forward. It's great for like a hot day. Definitely. It gets minus points for how small it is. Every slush we've gotten has been like tiny, tiny, tiny. And I don't think that's worth your money when they're still the same price as like a full size cocktail that you could get at like one of the regular booths. So it gets minus points for that, as all of these do. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 watermelons. Bear's probably gonna spit this out.
Little does the princess know that Celebration Gardens is the crux of my plan, because she got a watermelon slushie, and there's conveniently a bush nearby in case I get ill, because, well, watermelon is disgusting. It is literally, legitimately the worst fruit. I'd rather bite into a raw lemon than eat watermelon any other week. But it has alcohol in it, so I'm hoping that's a redeeming quality. You also get this watermelon berg. Again, this year, and the huge pieces of fruit and or garnish and drinks is getting a little overboard, especially when, like, look at this, how this drink looks without the watermelon. And you put the watermelon in, and the sea level rises. That's a metaphor for our planet, if anything. I don't even get watermelon cucumber from that. I just get fruit slush, like generic fruit flavor slush. This is not great. I'm being that it comes from Florida, I suppose I just feel some high level of shame, but honestly, this is kind of on brand. This is a 2 out of 5 claws. If you legitimately want a watermelon cucumber slush, go to the UK. In front of the dining room check-in stand, they have the Scottish Thistle, 1,000 times better than this. This is a Florida fail.
If you watched our vegan video, we tried the sorbet by itself. Now we're going to try the float, which is good timing. Boulevard Brewing is vegan as is. It is a strawberry banana seltzer. With the Dole Whip, it pairs nicely. By itself, it's kind of like bland. I would think together it's pretty good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 floats. It's probably one of the better floats I've had. Definitely better than anything you could get at like Beaches and Cream.
Strawberry banana with strawberry and basic. Just doubling down on the strawberry. It's a 2-time strawberry with a little banana. Get a little chunk here and try to sip and drink it at the same time. Oh, that's good. I just kind of want to try the seltzer by itself now because that is good. It reminds me of like those strawberry banana like yogurt cups you used to use as a child. I forget which brand they were. I thought they were generic and not actual strawberry banana, but I like this. 4.5 out of 5 claws. Fancy with a little bit of nostalgia. Here we have the Country Boy Orange Cream Hard Cider. Now, I looked this one up, went to their website. It does contain actual orange cream, which means there's dairy in it. So, I decided I wanted to try this, even though orange and beer and me have never really gotten along. I am taking magic pills for this, though. I do not want to expire on World Showcase. Actually, if you made orange creamsicle a beer, this will be it. There are some of you out there, I'm not going to go ahead and say cult, but I would say there's a certain hard following of orange creamsicles. You love orange creamsicle? There's no reason this shouldn't be going directly down your gullet. 4 to 5 more.
This is a frozen mojito. Yes, it was served to me like this. It didn't wait, and the whole machine was like this. I'm surprised they even served it to me. It has a real sugar cane in it. Very surprised. But it's actually really nice. I like it. It's very minty, but it's not too sweet. I would give it a 4 out of 5 mojitos. Surprisingly delicious.
So here we have the formerly known as the frozen mojito from Refreshment Port. In another case of like letting the foodie thoughts win. This looks like a straw. It's not. There's no hole in it, but it looks like a straw, and it makes me just want to. And of course, it doesn't work. Foodie thoughts. Mojito has simple syrup in it. The consistency of this simple syrup seems like it was made obviously to be frozen. Comes off as a almost mojito sludge. The viscosity of this is not doing it for me. That's a 1 out of 5 flaws. If they serve you one of these and it's not frozen, give it back. Give it back. Get it some other time.
I got a sour. I know it's a grapefruit lime sour, but I just saw sour in the name. I'm not a grapefruit person, but I wanted the sour. Cheers to the sour. It's actually not too grapefruit forward. I quite like that a lot. This is a really good drinkable drink. I would give this cider a 4 out of 5 ciders. This is good for the cider festival that we call Flower and Garden.
So Collective Arts, which makes a lot of different kind of beers, sort of like limited release, is sort of their deal. They do limited release upon limited release upon limited release. We've tried a few before. Interesting to get a couple of them here at Flower and Garden in Canada, of all places. Griffin fruit, aka grapefruit sour. Grapefruits are already really sour, so a grapefruit beer with lime as well. I feel like it's gonna be mouth puckering, and I'm not looking forward to this one. Oh, I was not ready. It's like somebody took like a warhead, something warheads, right? Crushed it up, liquefied it, and put it in a beer. It is sour, but the flavor is good. The grapefruit is there, but not like overpowering, and the lime gives it even more tart. So if you like the sour of sour beers, this is the beer for you. I actually quite like the pain. I made it 4 out of 5 claws.
Collective Arts Brewing, but a pale ale this time. Bear wanted a 6 ounce. Oh, it doesn't taste like a pale ale to me. That tastes like an IPA. I don't like that at all. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5 beers. This is not the beer for me. Blech.
Collective Arts Brewing, the second one. It is called the Beyond Reason Micro Pale Ale. I don't like pale ales anymore, like IPAs, but Beyond Reason is an accurate name for why I ordered this. It's actually far less bitter than I was expecting. It says Beyond Reason, but it's actually fairly reasonable and drinkable. It's crisp, it's very crisp. If you don't like even the hint of like bitter or hops in your beers, this is not for you. But the 6 ounce I think was the right way to go. I'm gonna give this one 3.5 out of 5 claws.
A special edition Canadian drink, one we can actually drink because usually it's Crown and Crown is not vegan. This time a Canadian whiskey with a beautiful flower from Living with the Land on top of it. Lovely little peach puree. This is good. This might be like my always get the festival type drink. I am into it. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 flowers.
EPCOT and its festivals are very good at hiding festival items in places you wouldn't normally look. You come here for a festival, you're instantly drawn to the booths where the lines or the people are, but some like their regular EPCOT stands, Refreshment, Refreshment Outpost, even the cart, which is where this is from in front of Canada, has this specialty Flower and Garden drink, the Peach Smash, Canadian Club Whiskey, Peach Puree, and Ginger. And I saw peach and whiskey, and my eyes lit up, and I'm like, I have a drink, but I need this one. Like, need me. Like, my life will not be complete until I get this drink. And I've finished my last drink. It's the whole, you have drinks at home, but I have drinks here, too. If I could ascend to another planet in existence, it would be because of this drink. Whiskey and peach and me are just... I feel like it gives credence to both my Florida and Georgia roots all at the same time. Even though this is Canada, it just feels right to me. It's a 5 out of 5 clause of bare necessities. If you like whiskey, you should be drinking this.
gin thistle, which I guess goes with the theme that we got going on here. Cheers. Ooh, that's really nice. It's like taking a bite of a fresh fruit, like a watermelon or something like that. But not watermelon taste, but just like that freshness of it. That's really good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 slushes. This is probably my favorite slush of the day.
We have the Scottish Thistle. Another one of those hidden drinks here at EPCOT's Flower and Garden Festival. As a metaphor for life, there have been things that I have tried that have only been pretty and led me down a dark path. I feel like this is one of those things. I will not explain that. Ooh. The gin, the cucumber, the frozen. It's almost too sweet for me, but it's delicious. And delicious, pretty things are the fuel of life. 4 out of 5 plus. Get you a thistle. Make it Scotch.
The return of the slush. We get this slush every year. This is the first time I've gotten it, and they haven't actually filled it to this fill line. There's like a plastic indicator right here that they're supposed to fill it to. But it did make it easier to not spill, so I appreciate that. And no straw life also. I always prefer these slushes when they're just a little bit melted because they're easier to drink. And this one is just the right amount of melty. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 3.75 out of 5 slushes. It's, I don't know. Personally, if I have to choose between a France slush and any other World Showcase country, I'm picking Japan and I'm getting a sake mist because I think it's way better and you get more for your money with it than one of these.
Another day in the France Pavilion, another day, another slush. With the La Vienne Del Rose slushie. I butchered it. I know. I'm trying, people. Cut me a break. I know I'm like another country. Right now, pronunciations are so terrible. But it's warm, finally, again in Florida, and for that, it calls for frozen beverages. It's given a more floral rosé. Nice and chilled, partially melted. I do wish you got more of them. I like that these plastic cups they're given are getting thicker every year, not the thin, flimsy things they've been. I feel a little more confident in this one, even though they have to like assemble it there at the desk. I would give it 3 out of 5 claws. I think it could be a little bit better and a little bit stronger, but that I always say that.
A beautiful rum drink. You can actually get this rum drink without rum and it's still vegan as the slush. Cheers. I like this. This like lives in the family of tart and I'm into it. I give it a 3.75 out of 5 slushes. It's a nice slush.
It wouldn't be a festival if I had to make it at least one gamble. I know we're fine. It's a tropical slush with Don Q, which is vegan. I don't know why they put this lime. It's almost as big as a drink. That's massive for a cocktail. But okay, I'll run with it.
It's probably frozen now.
I think the problem there is the lime. I taste more lime rind than I do actual cocktail because it's just so massive and floating in there like the iceberg sunk the Titanic. In this case, it's sinking this drink. That's all I can taste. Off to a good start, but why the Limeberg? Limeberg? We're going with Limeberg. 2 out of 5 plus.
Now I got a drink that will kill the bear. A mango beer. Cheers.
It is an IPA, remember?
It is an IPA, and I commit to this mistake. I'm very glad that I only got a 6 ounce. If you like IPAs, it's actually like a light IPA. It's not like super hoppy, but it's still pretty hoppy. For me, it's like a 2 out of 5 beers, but if you like hops or IPAs, you probably rate it a little higher than me. Chuck Sippin' Citrus Imperial Hard Cider. I can't believe I remember the name of that beer. Oh, okay. It's a very like light and refreshing cider. Very bright and great. If it's like super hot out, this is a good like warm day cider. I would give this a 4 out of 5 ciders.
So an imperial strong cider. Is it strong? Is it imperialistic? Got a nice color to it, at the very least. You know, you're gonna get ciders anywhere during the EPCOT Festival. Tangierine Cafe. It's a Tangierine Cafe Odyssey. They go back and forth. This time it's definitely Tangierine Cafe. It's good cider. It can come home with me. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Keel Farms, we love Keel Farms. They're here in Florida. Ooh, this is a nice, really deep cider with a lot of flavor. I absolutely love this. I would give this a 4 out of 5 ciders. It's like drinking apple cider.
You have Keel Farm cider. Keel Farms is in Plant City, Florida. That's like 2/3 of the way between Orlando and Tampa. You get a chance to check them out. This is not sponsored. They can sponsor us. We are not for sale, but we'll show for the right people. Go check out our Sir Henry's content. Sir Henry's Haunted Trail is also in Plant City. We've gone out there a couple times. It's a very fun time. Cheers to Plant City. The cider. Ciderific. I side with this cider. It's tasty. You're looking for something nice and crisp for your day? You can't roll with this. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Here we have a Love Weissbier because I love all of you. The only thing missing from this is a Germany pretzel. This is nice. I would give this a 4 out of 5 Weissbiers. It's not too hoppy. It's not too nutty. It's just like a nice beer that you could just enjoy with anything that you get at this booth or vegan food, preferably vegan food.
It's got a little cake.
So here we have the Weissbier, the only vegan beer here at Magnolia Terrace this year. Magnolia Terrace is always a mixed bag. Like it's really confusing what sort of theme it wants to be. You have like German style beers, you have like post Mardi Gras foods and drinks, and then you have a weird some across America thing. It's confused, much like America. So I guess that does sort of make some sense somehow. But either way, up with the Weiss, down with everything else. Ooh, that's good. I like the drinkability of it, while still being a little bit crisp. It's a bit lighter than most Weiss beers we've had, and I kind of like that, especially walking around the park. This is definitely well for 12 ounce. I give this 3.75 out of 5 plus. I'm cheating this time, because if you guys think that we are doing all of these beer names completely from memory, you are 100.5% wrong, because there's absolutely no way I can remember all these names. So this one is another one of those like ridiculously long, you need to pick a name beers. It is the Urban Artifact Cappy Snacks Fruit Punch Fruit Ale. You had Fruit Punch the first time. I don't think you need to go with the Fruit Ale, but I digress. I love Fruit Punch and almost all of its iterations. So Fruit Punch in beer is very intriguing to me, but if you ruin Fruit Punch for me, there's a category for things like ABC commissary for a reason. Oh, that's good. That is so good. It's not vegan. Turn over the princess. Did look this one up. Something in the way that they brew. does have animal products in there somewhere. So none for her, and I'm so glad because this is so good. There's so many other drinks, ciders, beers, cocktails to try. This is going on the list though. This is Berry Necessities 5 out of 5 clause. If you like fruit punch, you will love this. I just want to pour it over my head. I'm not going to do that because I want to drink it all, but I want to pour it over my head.
It's a Prosecco. I drink this Prosecco in honor of our friend Planet Mirror. May you always stay Italian. Well, you're born Italian. You have to stay Italian, you don't have a choice. But still, Prosecco. Oh, that's lovely. It's very dry. Like, not extra dry, but just a dry champagne. Sparkling wine, sorry. Very tasty. I think it would be good with pretty much anything that you get here. I would give it a 4 out of 5 Prosecco.
Nice tall glass of Prosecco, sparkling in the sun, like all of you. Crisp, refreshing. Would go excellent with a plate of delicious cheeses. 3 out of 5 plus.
Here we have a beautiful Sauvignon Blanc, also by the same winery that made the Prosecco. Very fruity and tasty. I like this. It's very light, not too heavy, good for the sun. Also would pair well with any like seafood dish that you got here. I would give it a 3 out of 5 wines. It's wine-tastic.
Nice little Sauvignon Blanc. Probably the wine I drink the least of. Not that I have any issues with it, there's just so many other wines that I like more. I'm more of a red wine drinking bear. To each their own, but we try new things for you guys. I know that in years past, I have willingly, if not haterly, skipped over the Italy booth. I promised the Princess last year I'd do my best to try the Italy booth every year we come. It's usually my idea to skip this booth. This year, as expensive as it is, as overpriced as it is, I still think it's the most overpriced booth on World Showcase during any festival.
France?
Still more overpriced here. But we're here for the community. That's what I'm telling myself. At least the wine is good. 3.5 out of 5 plus.
One of the rare opportunities for us to sit and drink. I got a Weiss beer from the Germany Pavilion. For some reason, they got rid of all their standing tables in Germany. I don't understand the logic on that, but at least there's Refreshment Outpost. Cheers to a Weiss beer. This just takes me to Biergarten, and anything that reminds me of Biergarten is a good time. So I love this. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 Weiss beers. This is basically the beer that we get all the time here at EPCOT, and I don't hate that.
With this nice Weiss beer. Germany always comes well with the beer, and I like the effect, honestly. It doesn't stimulate it. The Festival Garden's opening, and all those scrim rolls coming down around like the Milano area. It's really opened up Epcot, so now you don't have booths stacked on top of booths and the choke point you did before. It's a lot more walk through. But it does seem like, as a result, we've also lost a lot of our tables, which doesn't seem like an even trade. There were some regards that, you know, you fit in where you can, or you just get gross using a Disney table. We use what is given. Nice, drinkable, getting banana notes, a little bit of citrus. I can rock with this. 4 out of 5 plus. This would have been well worth 12 minutes.
The Raspberry Rattler. I really liked this one last year. Last year we got the Flight, but the beers didn't change from last year, so that's why we didn't get everything. We just got our highlights. Yeah, this is what's up. This is the way. It's like a cider, but it's not, and I'm into it. It's very raspberry forward, so if you like raspberries, this is totally your jam. I wish I could drink this with the artichoke and raspberry dish from Dahlia Lounge, but they're not that cool. This is a 3 out of 5 beers. I would drink copious amounts of this and be happy.
The raspberry radler. It's one place you can probably never go wrong with beers. You really pick any with a dart and get a decent beer. Would be the Germany booth. Every year they come with something unique, but they don't change as often as some of the other booths do. Not that that's a complaint, because good, it's good. So smooth. It's like right on the good side of sweet for me anymore, and it'd be too sweet. If you like fruit forward beers, this is your new crowned champion of fruit beers. At least here at EPCOT. 4 out of 5.
The Boyd and Blair lavender drink, cocktail, lavender martini. Never in a martini glass. It used to have like a little piece of lavender hanging out of it. It is a returning drink that is vegan. Boyd and Blair is vegan. Cheers. Ooh. It reminds me of the drink that I usually like to get at Shiki Sai, the whiskey highball there. That one's like yuzu based. This one is not yuzu, but it gives you that same like bite that yuzu does, and I really like that. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 lavenders. If you like herby drinks, this is the herby drink for you.
A Boyd and Blair martini. I'm assuming that this is neither shaken nor stirred. We're going to start from there, and since we're already at the bottom, we can only go up. That is the hope. Lavender comes through. I'm getting very floral. I'm not really getting martini though. It's approaching something resembling a martini with the lights off. But the lights on, that is not a martini. It's a martini in sheep's clothing. It feels like an appropriate analogy. I got nothing else beyond that though. 2.75 out of 5 claws. I would drink it, but I probably would not order it again.
The Woodchuck cider. Cheers to another cider. This is definitely a cider festival. It's got like a coconut taste to it that I'm not vibing on. It's like a pineapple coconut situation. I don't like that. If you like pineapple and coconut, you're gonna like that. For me, it's like a 2 out of 5 ciders. This is not a good cider.
This light colored monstrosity is the Woodchuck 802 barrel aged hard cider. I guess every cider is trying to get edgier and edgier, and what makes it a better edged lord than sitting and fermenting in a bourbon barrel. Yeah. I'm getting less barrel aged, and like I stuck my toes in something that used to contain bourbon. I was expecting a lot more. One of my favorite beers that used to be present at EPCOT is the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel, and this ain't even in the same area code. Ludicrous to be really disappointed with this one in particular. For those of us who don't know what that means, you're welcome. 2 out of 5 plus. Here is the beer that I was probably second most looking forward to at this 2024 EPCOT International Flower and Garden Festival. That's entirely too long. The F&G, I would say. It is the Sweetwater Brewing Company Half a Gummy IPA. I have no idea how you get half a gummy. I'd rather have a whole gummy because as a bear, I am a sucker for gummy bears, both the snack, and the Disney Channel TV show. Don't judge me. Oh, that's nice. Okay. It's been a long adventure trying IPAs. And for you IPAs lovers out there, I have nothing but shade for you because you love pain. I have only found, in all the time doing this channel, one other IPA that I like, and that's the Terrapin Luau Crunkles. I think this may beat the Crunkles. Sweetwater Brewing Company, half a gummy, is the new crown leader of IPAs in my world. It's delicious. It's a 5 out of 5 clause. It's the bare necessities. It's on my bare necessities list. I might even start singing something from Jungle Book. So here we have the Lucky Peach. We have whiskey, honey, oolong tea with big, nice peaches. This is a festival of big fruit. Festival of Flower and Garden, I suppose that makes a lot of sense. But whiskey and oolong tea, that one is new for me. I'm feeling chilling in my inner Iro right now. Oh, that's good. I know they're always ranked and raved at the Cantaloupe, but this drinks like smooth whiskey and water with a little bit of peach on top. It's like a whiskey tea cocktail, which is basically what's in the ingredients. Look at that 4.5 out of 5 clause. If you see me and you want to buy me a drink, that's good.
Is that a Peachburg?
It is a Peachburg. It's like a, call it Flight of the Peaches.
Lychee margarita. This is the only vegan margarita at the stand this year. I didn't really want it. Bear actually ordered it. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. It's lychee forward. It's got a nice tequila flavor to it, but it's just not, I don't know, it's just not a vibe for me. I would rather go to Choza and have their item. I would give this a 2 out of 5 margaritas. Not my jam, but I do think Bear's gonna enjoy this because he does like lychee.
So the lychee margarita, every year they get fancier and fancier with the ingredients. I'm not gonna say that every year the margaritas improve. Sometimes it's gotten better, sometimes it's gotten worse. This year, we'll see. There's a little piece of lychee in here and a little toothpick, and the best straws in all of World Showcase, the agave straws. I'm feeling with the lychee that it's like, it's getting too much into the syrupy realm. It's too sweet, not enough for the margarita tart. You're losing me on the margarita portion. It's okay if you want like a different sort of flavor, but there are better margaritas in this park. 2.5 out of 5 claws.
This is the Berry Blanco. It reminds me of the one that we got during the holidays. Every month it seems that Choza de Margarita is changing their drink. We were just here for Valentine's Day and they had a totally different drink than this. So that was only a few weeks ago. Ooh, this one is black currant base. It's very heavy in that. It's very lovely. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 margaritas. I feel like there might be mezcal in it. It's a little bit smoky, but it's not smoky enough for me to know definitively just by tasting it and not reading the menu that there's mezcal in it. I already forgot from the time I walked up here, so.
Berry Blanco, pretty much accomplished by Blanco, tequila, some mixture of that, and then the Leger black currant syrup on top. I feel like they freehand pour the black currant. I feel like they poured it really heavy because they poured it right out of the jug. So this almost was just like straight cranberry juice, more than just the black currant. Oh, I got a blackcurrant out of that. Let's just look here on top. It looks a bit safer. Much better up there. Like, there's way too much syrup in this particular one. I think with less syrup, it would taste far better because at the bottom, the deep end, where all the billionaire CEOs sit, that's not the place to be. 3 out of 5 plus. Couldn't let the princess drink alone, so I got something nice and boring, the El Diablo. Probably not as hot and spicy as I would like it, but a little bit of the devil in me never steered me wrong. You sleep on Choza. Yes, I know a lot of their drinks are pre-mixed, but pre-mixed in a way that makes my soul happy. When you balance this against the lines for La Cava and the Cantina, that difference, negligible. 3.75 out of 5 plus.
Raspberry lemon tea gin with a cup that I am definitely taking home. To the flowers. So it's like more of a tea and raspberry to gin ratio. So like you don't get that like bite of gin that you would expect. It's really nice. I'm not a huge gin person, but I'm still into this. I would give this a 3.5 out of 5 gins. It's generation good.
Trellis fucking betrayed us this year, but at least it's still pumping out good drinks and a nice souvenir cup that we can stash in the back of the cabinet and probably never use again. Not kidding, we use these souvenir cups all the time for our own mini cocktails at the house. What are with these big citrus wedges this festival? These things are absolutely massive. They're sinking ships. We're curing thirst. Oh, that's actually quite refreshing. It's like a raspberry tea gin with like lemon. It's basically given like a lemonade tea sort of vibe. Perfect thing to drink out here at the festival. Couple walks around World Showcase. One of these, 3 of these, 7 of these. I quite like this. 4.75 out of 5 plus. Here we have another appearance of a brew hub beer, just like we saw for our festival of our Lunar New Year festival video, where we had a strawberry beer. This one is a strawberry heat wave Berliner. Very interesting. Nice deep red color. What better way to cure heat wave than just dive right in? That's interesting. I get heat wave, but I don't know why. I'm not getting heat from it. But it's got like some layers. It's got more of the strawberry tart than the sweetness. And then it's definitely a beer. I don't know what I was expecting, but if you come in expecting a fruit beer, this is not it. I mean, it is technically a fruit beer, but it's just not, it's not a vibe. 3 out of 5 plus.
Here we have a lemon shandy. We appreciate Left Hand Brewing getting back to us like lickety split and telling us they're going to update their website to reflect that this is a vegan beer. So cheers to updating menus. Oh, I quite like that. It's like a tart lemon. It's very much like lemonade mixed with beer. And I'm into it. I didn't think I would like it, but I took a chance with the 12 and I'm glad that I did. I would give it a 3.5 out of 5 lemons. It's just the right amount of lemon. I kind of wish it was a Dole Whip or something in here, because then I think it would set it off.
I'll give credit where credit's due. Left Hand Brewing. You called my bluff. I was hoping that you would get back to me as quickly as you did, because I didn't want to drink this. Nothing against your beers. I just don't like lemon flavored beverages of the alcohol variety. I like lemonade, which is weird, but I don't like lemon beers. Lemon shandy is like the lemonest of lemon beers. It's a lemon drop shandy. Oh boy. If you're a lemon fiend, you like the citrus, as this entire Odyssey Citrus Bloom Pavilion is about. This is all you. Me? Not so much. I could do with the 6 ounce. But again, if you love orange, citrus, lemon, all those like citrusy flavors, this is the beer for you. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 claws. It's tempered only by my own issues with lemon, but it's a good beer. Better than most, honestly.
We have lemon and we have orange. Cheers to an orange twist imperial ale. It smells like vanilla cream, and the initial taste gives you that like vanilla cream, but then that aftertaste, the orange, it's like blood orange almost. It is not good. Maybe like tangerine kinda. Yeah, this one's bad. This one's really bad. I would give this a 1.5 out of 5 beers. It's not that great.
Orange Twist Imperial Ale. I don't know what to expect from that string of random words in English language. I'm thinking like oranges with samurai suits on them. I have a very good imagination, don't mind me. Hopefully it doesn't twist my insides. Honestly, I kind of like it. It is very bitter aftertaste. And you're getting like very smooth orange. Think like Sunny D or something like that. It's not like the tart orange. It's like a sweeter, but in that back end, it's bitter, but it's not connected with like the orange flavor, if that makes any sense. But it's a decent beer. It's got some layers to it, some complexity. I could probably honestly drink a 6-pack of these slowly. 4 out of 5 plus.
A beautiful, I believe, returning gin drink. If not, it looks very similar to gin drinks of the past. It's a nice, like, lavender lemonade. I really like that. It's refreshing, it's bright, it's great for, like, a hot day. I would give it a 4 out of 5 beverages.
Returning to gin with the little hibiscus flower. This festival and these huge slices of like garnish and lemon and lime, or what are y'all trying to do to me? Oh, give me a little mini tornado, stir us up a little bit. Ooh, that's good. I'm not usually the biggest gin fan, but the gin with the hibiscus and lemon, like the lemonade of my dreams. Refreshing, crisp. Should come in a jug. Jug. 4.5 out of 5 plus. Me and frozen cocktails were meant to be. This time was with honey, so none for the princess, and this like honey badger cocktail.
I think it's lemonade.
Either way, we're going all in. Ooh. The honey definitely comes down strong. Sort of bites right through the whiskey and everything else in there. I think like almost like a frozen hot toddy. That's what it tastes like. I actually quite like it. 4 out of 5 claws. I just wish it came in a bigger cup. This thing is minuscule, even for festival standards. Like a wine pour. We've had so much, we're Groot dancing.
I am Groot. No, we're not there, but the drinks are kind of weak, I feel like, at the festivals. That's why we drink a whole bunch of them.
For you, lots of floral flavors, lots of citrus flavors this year. There are some things, some new things, some old favorites, some not so favorite old ones as well.
Yeah.
But we had as many as we can stomach, just for you guys, as your number one choice of infotainment. That's what we're here for. We suffer, so you don't have to. So anything we miss or anything you'd like to see us come back and try, there are some menu updates coming later on in the season, so be sure to let us know in the comments below. If there's anything else you'd like to see us do, that's always a place to find us. Hit that notification bell. You'll see other videos like this, and
we have new videos, 5 Groots a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, woo!
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't Groot, well, he's Groot. You should Groot.
I am Groot.